All right, we're here with Kevin Teach Bass with the Mr. Bass Chopper class.
Yeah.
Kevin, how are you doing, brother?
We're doing great, man. It's good to be here. Another year, man. Spring's here, man. It's exciting. First big bike show of the year, man. We're really, really excited. It's been a long, cold winter, man. We got a lot of cool bikes, a lot of old iron to get on the road and start pounding the miles.
Yeah, the kids have been doing real good this year getting out there.
Unreal, man. It's taken off like crazy, man. I'm so proud of the kids. They're working hard. They're learning. They're developing their own passion, their own style for bikes. And, you know, someday they're going to be the ones we're going to be walking around seeing all their bikes in the show, you know, their own, hopefully, businesses. And it's exciting to see, man. I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, you've really started your own craze here. They've got their own chopper class competition going on at several different other high schools.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's the first year I started doing this was back in '03, and we were just a standalone high school. We're doing it as an after-school club. You know, we just had our bike on the table just to kind of get the word out. Hey, we're trying to build a bike here with some kids, and it was amazing. People right away, man, they stepped up. They were helping us, supporting us. And through the years, I've been able to really grow my program. And then now that I've been getting so much exposure, I'm able to branch out and try to get the word out to other schools across the country to say, hey, this is a good thing, man. Get it going, and let's work together and try to raise our future bikers, you know.
Well, for sure, you're getting all kinds of sponsors involved in it. I see Drag Specialties. You're working with them. The kids are going out to Sturgis this year?
Yeah, we'll have a booth out at the Broken Spoke County line in Sturgis. You know, people come out and check out the bikes there, and we're sponsored by Drag Specialties this year to build a cover bike for 2011, which is a big honor.
Right
on. S&S has been involved with us still. Baker Drivetrain, Sucker Punch Sally. Harley Davidson's on board this year now, donated a motor and tranny, which is really
cool,
big.
Very cool.
Sugar Bear gave us a 25-over Springer. My buddy Pearson built a frame. I mean, it's just we got stuff coming from everybody, everywhere, all over, and it's exciting, man. I mean, it's fun for me to go to work, and all the hard work has really paid off. Now where I just have a big smile ear to ear because, man, when you see these kids and you talk to the kids and you see the stuff the kids are doing, you can't help but smile and be thinking, man, you think of the cool shit they're going to be doing, you know, 10 years from now and 15 years from now. It's
for sure. Are they coming up with stuff now that you kind of went, whoa, I never thought about
there's
that?
Every day, man, I swear to God, these young minds, they come up with new creative ideas. And sometimes, you know, I got to look at it and say, you know what, safety-wise, that's not going to work. But in the long run, you know, I teach them about engineering, not just, you know, it's not about the whole bike itself. It's about all the engineering and the ideas and designs that go together. So that way, when these kids are done, man, they're going to have good skills to go out and do anything. They don't, even if it's not bike related, just to become engineers or go to school to be, you know, an R&D person or whatever it is. And I think that this is really sparking, you know, excitement from to be in the classroom, and then they learn so much more when they don't even realize it because they're having fun, you know, and that's the key. You got to have fun.
Sure. Well, let's go down here and check out some of their bikes that they're doing.
Right on. Let's do it.
Going on here?
Well, we're going to show you a couple bikes we brought this year, man. We got a cool collection of stuff going on, and what's neat about this class that I'm really proud of is I have a vintage bike addiction, so I love the old iron, man. I'm into pans and knuckles and old shovels, but I still appreciate the new technology and the new stuff just as well. And for me, my personal taste is the old stuff, but I still want the kids to know the new stuff. But what I'm doing is I'm funding, these are personal builds of mine that I buy the parts for, but I'm bringing in these old knuckleheads. And every year we've had one vintage build to do alongside our new customs. So this first one you see here, this is the original 47 Harley knucklehead, an FL 74-inch. It's got original bull neck frame, offset Springer. A lot of cool stuff that, you know, how many kids and guys even know what that is? And now my students know about knuckleheads, and they know about the history and where it's coming from. And what I wanted these kids to learn is just to have an appreciation, even if they don't like the old style. But I want them to appreciate where this has come from. You know, the bikes that you see today, all these new custom choppers, are here because of what our forefathers did with this old stuff, man. And that's deep in my soul. This next one here, this is called Strange Brew. This is the one we just finished in class this year. It's a 1947 EL motor, original motor. I had it stroked to 80 inches using Truett and Osborne wheels. And we did this one kind of the old retro 70s kind of styling, you know. And what I'm trying to do with all my personal bikes here is each one a little different. I want different styles, a bobber, a chopper, a stocker, a rat bike, you know. And that way the kids, you know, while they're working on their stuff and we're working on my stuff, they really get a good broad range of all the styles, you know. We don't stick inside of one little box of this is what we're building every year. We always are just breaking outside, trying to find something new and different to do and just things that, you know, to me are cool, and I hope that they think it's cool too in the long run because, you know, someday, man, you know, this old iron, this stuff's never going to go away, man, and it's becoming the stuff that everybody wants to see.
That is for sure. You see more and more coming out onto them. It's glad to see the young kids getting involved with the old school.
Right. This third one here, this is a 1939 knucklehead motor, pretty rare motor, which is cool. And this bike was actually a 57 panhead for a while. And I did this second year as the class. The first year in the class, I did a 58 XLCH Sportster. The second year, I picked up this panhead basket case, and we built this one. So this bike here has a little history of actually being one of our first main big twin builds that got some exposure on the class. And just recently, 2 winters ago now, I sold the 57 pan motor and I bought that 39 Nuck to swap it out. So now I got kind of, for me, I love pans and Nucks, but Nucks are harder to get. So if you have a chance to get one, I want to snatch them up and kind of have them in the collection.
There you go.
Then down here, we're going to start with our newer builds. These are all new custom builds from donated parts. The one on the bike lift here, we were hired by Drag Specialties to actually build the 2011 cover bike for their old book, which is a huge honor. That's a catalog that goes worldwide, and so people are going to know about Kennedy High School and what we're doing when they get the catalog next year. Just a nice little wishbone frame, 16 rear, 21 front, a little Paco narrowed Mustang tank. We're going to do a real clean, bare bones, no nonsense, just a nice, bad-looking little old-school chop with it.
Sure.
Then down here on the ground, the next bike over, it's got a Kiwi Indian leaf spring with a frame from a good friend of mine, CJ from Guilty Customs. And this one here, the students are working on all the gas tank sheet metal. They're building that from scratch, the oil tank, the pipes they're making themselves. They're going to remodify the front end a little bit with some twisted stock. We're going to be working on building the bars for it. They're going to build a rear fender that's going to match how the tank mounts. So there'll be a backbone coming over the rear tire, and then each side of the fender will bolt on separately to match that whole theme. Real cool bike. My students have been working hard on it, and we'll hopefully have that pretty much done for next year at the show. Then the last bike here this is our Sugar Bear build. Sugar Bear donated at 25 over Springer. And man, this bike, I had it in Sturgis last year. I did the Baker burnout drags with this one at the Buffalo Chip Campground. And we had it all in rough raw metal last year, so we finally got it back from paint and powder. It's looking good, and it's going to be actually for sale here this summer. So anybody interested, we're going to look at getting about 16 grand out of it, which is a good deal for a bike with all those parts on it. That motor and tranny came from Harley. They donated that to us directly to use in the project, so that was exciting. My friend, and I actually went down to the Harley factory and built that motor with the workers on the assembly line. So that was pretty cool. J-Brake donated the controls, frames from my buddy Chad Pearson. Again, Sugar Bear on the front end, Drag Specialties, Biker's Choice. Larry Middleton's donated a lot to it. So what I want to do now, I got a couple of the students here. These guys have really worked hard, and these are the guys that make it happen. So I want to have them kind of come in here and talk to you about some of the stuff they're doing and pick their brain a little bit.
Sure.